Welcome week 8.
Hi, welcome to week 8. So, this past week, my friend Joanne and I, we went to Malaysia for kind of like a weekend getaway. We went to Johor Bahru, which is the closest part of Malaysia to here. Joanne and I went to Woodlands MRT, and then we took a bus from the MRT to the border checkpoint. So there's actually two border checkpoints. There's one for Singapore and then there's also one for Malaysia. So we took the MRT bus to the Singaporean border, and then that was crazy because actually the time that we went last week was the last weekend of school holidays, so everybody was also leaving to go to Malaysia as well. So we got swamped, and it took maybe 2 hours to pass the Singaporean border, and then we had to take a bus from the Singaporean border to the Malaysian border. To cross the Malaysian border, it also took 2 hours and a half. So Joanne and I left PGP at around 7 o'clock in the morning, but that still wasn't enough time. We got there way too late. There were way too many people. We ended up crossing into Malaysia at around 1 o'clock, and we were so tired. We had planned so many things to do that day, but because we came into Malaysia so late and because we were squashed, we ended up just kind of taking a little bit of time to rest at, like, I think it was Komtar JBCC Mall, and we had some nasi lemak, which is like a rice with a fried chicken and also an egg with peanuts and I think anchovies, and it was really good. Actually, Joanne and I ended up having so much nasi lemak that like one day that we were there. Since we had so much time left over, we ended up going to the glass temple, and this glass temple, which we found out on site, is actually the first glass temple, and apparently it took a couple million to create this temple, and the fee was like about 10 ringgit, which is, if you convert that from Singaporean dollars, that's about $3.30 Singaporean dollars. But it was a beautiful temple. After killing time at the glass temple, we then made our way over to our hotel, which we only booked for a night because we weren't intending on staying for longer than the weekend. When we were checking into the hotel, it actually started heavily pouring. The rain was pouring so hard that we really couldn't go out and explore the Johor Bahru central area, which was kind of near. It was maybe like a 15-minute walk from our hotel, but it was pouring too hard that we couldn't even walk to there, so we ended up actually changing our plans instead. So our plan was actually on Saturday to explore JB Central and then go over to JPO, which is Johor Premium Outlets, but because of the rain we ended up switching that schedule around, so then we went to the premium outlets, which took around an hour from our hotel. We called a Grab taxi, so it was like a cheaper metered taxi, and for an hour ride it only costed us really like $20, but that was for like the both of us. So Joanne and I combined, that was like $20, so we each paid around like $10, which was pretty good for the fact that we were driving for so long to get to this place. this trip we were intending to go because getting random essentials in Singapore is quite expensive, to be honest. And it's also quite a local thing to cross the border and get random stuff that you need because it's going to be usually cheaper. So I bought some shirts, I bought some pants, I bought some contact lens solution because I needed some more. And then I bought some sunscreen because sunscreen here is actually quite expensive. It costs, or well, my one bottle of Biore costs $20 here usually in like Watson's, but the Watson's in Malaysia, it'll only cost like $10, which this is Singaporean dollars, 10 Singaporean dollars. So that makes it 30 ringgit, Malaysian ringgit. So that's why we ended up kind of taking this trip and shopping around a little bit. Once we finished at the premium outlets, we then made our way back to the JB Central area, and Joanne searched up this night market. I think it's called Bazaar Karai. I can't really pronounce it properly, but it was a really cool night market. There was lots of stalls. I mean, this was a really long market. I've never seen a night market so long. It took, I think it was like on 3 different streets, and it stretched out maybe like 5 blocks, but there was food, there was entertainment, people were dancing because there was music, there was performances. Joanne and I bought some fruit, so I bought mangoes, she bought watermelon to snack on, and then we also got some sweet corn, and there was so much going on that night at the night market, and then we kind of just walked back to our hotel to rest for the night. On Sunday, since we didn't get to explore the JB Central area, we kind of made it a point to go around. So for breakfast, we went to this place called Toast and Coffee, and we tried some local favorites. So I got some milk tea. I got some laksa, which reminds me a lot of Vietnamese curry. It's kind of like this curry fishy broth soup. It's quite milky, and then they put in fish cakes and some thick bihun noodles, or vermicelli noodles as I know it. And then we got some salted egg fries, and Joanne got this spinach soup. And then after we finished our breakfast at Toast and Coffee, we kind of made our way over to a cafe that was nearby. And we got some cakes and some drinks so that we could just rest and relax for a little bit before returning back to our hotel. So since entering Malaysia was such a nightmare for us, we ended up leaving really early because we didn't want to deal with another 5-6 hours waiting in line at the border to cross back into Singapore. So Joanne and I, we went to, I think it was Johor Bahru City Square Shopping Center, so that we could kind of make our last round before leaving at around 2 o'clock. And honestly, it wasn't that bad leaving that early. Our transiting time from Malaysia the Malaysian border back to the Singaporean border only took us an hour and a half when it took us 5 hours previously. And we didn't have any room to stand either. Once we crossed the border, Joanne and I were so exhausted from the weekend that we ended up just kind of getting some Burger King, and then we came back to Res and rested for the rest of the day. The rest of this week has kind of been the same. I just ended up doing some more PCR and gel electrophoresis because the sequencing company has some issues with their samples, so I kind of just went back to that and did that again. And then Monday for dinner, I met up with Joanne and Elisa so that we could have dinner at U-Town. And then I bugged some friends to kind of film my intro for me. You can, because then I can just edit it out. Oh wait, Chris, you guys have to go in more. Okay. This works too. Okay. On Tuesday, we ended up going to Old Airport Hawker Center, which is, I think, one of the most famous hawker centers in Singapore. This place has been mentioned everywhere. I'm talking almost every video of Singapore, especially for the hawker centers, will mention Old Airport Road. And a lot of locals that we've met have also said that Old Airport Road is one of their favorite hawker centers as well. So Joanne and I and Elisa also, we ended up getting a bunch of different dishes and then sharing. We got some kway teow, which is like a fat, thick rice noodle that is fried in a wok with some eggs and also I think it was like shrimp. And then Elisa got some chashu and Joanne got oyster cake and also carrot cake, which, by the way, carrot cake does not actually have carrot cake. It has radish in it. It's actually egg with radish bits. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like they mix rice powder with really, really finely shaved white radish to make these kind of like squishy squares that they then fry with eggs. And then it's kind of a similar topic with the oyster cake. It's eggs with little pieces of oyster. We also got some chung fan because there was one place well known there that does really fresh chung fan, and that dinner was so good. We probably will go back because it was really, really, really good. Like, I'm talking really good. We remembered it so fondly that my friends are still talking about it today. On Wednesday, we ended up going to a KFC because we've gotten so much Asian food that, you know, sometimes you need a break, and like having rice and noodles all the time, you know, you gotta switch it up. So we ended up going to KFC, which we haven't gone here before. I got a potato bowl, which is kind of like the popcorn chicken mashed potato bowl back home, but they don't put corn in it in Singapore. It's only mashed potatoes, gravy, and popcorn chicken. And then Joanna and Elisa got, I think it was the 3-piece combo, and then Elisa got like a burger with a bunch of chicken. In the same complex that we went to Johor Bahru. So in the same Johor Bahru complex, we ended up getting ice cream from McDonald's because McDonald's currently now has a special for bandung, which is a rose syrup. It's like a pink rose syrup, super sweet. But they made a bandung special for ice cream. So we all got the twist and tried it out. I really like it. It's very rosy and floral, and you can actually like smell it really well. And it's also creamy as well because they mix it with the vanilla ice cream, and it's not super overpowering, which I've heard bandung is very, very sweet, but because they mixed it with ice cream, it wasn't too sweet and I could handle it, and I really liked it. On Thursday, PJ came along with us for dinner, so we ended up going over to this place called Golden Mile Complex, which is on kind of middle Singapore, kind of the other side, the east side, a little bit, for Thai food, which we also haven't gone for Thai food yet. So PJ's friend Brian knows this really, really good Thai food place, so we ended up going. and we had some green curry, some Thai fried rice, tom yum soup, and then mango salad, and we also got Thai iced teas, and it was really good. Usually I'm not a fan of Thai food, but I mean this was really good, and I really liked it a lot. Actually, since getting this Thai food, I've been going back to like Thai places. So like on campus we'll have like canteens, and I'll go to like Thai places to get fried rice, which this kind of kicked it off. Since our ice cream was so good from the night before, we then went back to McDonald's and got the bandung, I got the bandung twist again. My friends didn't really like it as much as I did, so they got regular ice creams, but I really loved the bandung, so I got it again. Friday, we ended up going to this hot pot place because Brian, who's a local, he recommended it. He said it was really good and that like it wasn't too expensive. So we made our way over to, I think it's called Toa Payoh, which is also Middle Singapore. Where are we?
I have no idea.
I was banking on the fact that you remembered what station we're at. We are at Toa Payoh, I think. We're at CDC Central Singapore. And we're going to Hot Pot right now. This place was really cute where like they gave us like each our own soup bases, and then we went to go and grab our own dishes of hot pot ingredients. And because we were so full from it, we ended up taking like an hour walk. So we walked from Toa Payoh to Bishan, which is like an hour-long walk.
It's okay, I remember it at the end of the day.
And then we called a grab from there because it was so late and we were so tired, and then went back to campus. And that was Friday. So that was my week 8. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.